Hello and welcome to Live Ravenously segment. I'm your host, Dr. Marina Kostina, and today we're going to talk about how smart is your gut. And I have this amazing guest today who is an expert in gut health, Monica Yearwood. Monica, can you introduce yourself, please, to our audience?
Hi, my name is Monica, and I'm the founder of Hamsa Ayurveda and Yoga in Chicago, and I help people eliminate anxiety and gain life balance, as well as I create customized detoxification panchakarma programs rooted in Ayurvedic medicine.
Monica, you're an incredible healer. I experienced it on myself. And today we're going to talk about gut health. But before that, I want to just kind of give you a scenario to everybody. Imagine you go to a party and you meet a person and you either instantly like them or not, and they didn't even say a word. You relate to that, right? So most of us relate to that scenario, and we usually say, "Oh, I just got a gut feeling," right? But none of us understand, most of us don't know that the gut is actually smarter than we think, right? So there's even in science now a statement that our gut is a second brain. And there's a newly emerging science of neurogastroenterology that connects the brain and the gut. What do you, as an expert, think about that? And can you share what you think about the second brain?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for many years we believed that the brain was sort of the control tower of the entire body, but in the recent years we've realized that the gut actually sends more information to the brain than it receives from the brain. And the gut also controls inflammation in the body. It's the center of the immune system. It plays a huge role in neurotransmitter production, and the list really goes on.
It is incredible. Now, talking about that, in the last decade, especially in the United States, there is increased problem with the gut health. We have, Crohn's disease, the ulcers, the I don't know, acid reflux. Almost everybody has, right? Why do you think it's happening?
Well, I think there's a few reasons why it's happening, mostly related to our modern lifestyles. So, for thousands of years, people would ferment their food as a preservation method. So, creating things like kimchi or yogurt or sauerkraut or all these different fermented foods, and those foods would actually populate your gut with good bacteria. And the regulation of the bacteria in your gut again controls inflammation in your body. It controls the actual muscular wave of digestion. So that's your gut bacteria that regulates that. It can influence your mood. It has many different benefits to the body. But the inflammation that it rules over, so if you're deficient in gut bacteria and inflammation increases in your gut, that can can create a lot of problems like colitis or inflammatory bowel diseases. So the decrease in the amount of fermented foods in our diet is one contributor. Another contributor is the increase in the amount of antibiotics in our livestock and in our farm foods. So, and a lot of people think that, I don't take antibiotics from my doctor, but that doesn't really matter. Anytime antibiotics are used on livestock, or even if people take antibiotics, it influences the microbiome and the bacteria of us all. And then the third contributing factor is that we actually inherit the gut bacteria from our mothers. When we're coming through the vaginal canal, we swallow microbes from the vaginal canal, which go to populate the gut bacteria in our own bodies. So if our mother's digestion was compromised, then we inherit a compromised system. So those are the three primary factors that have contributed to the overall status of the digestive issues we're seeing pop up more and more.
Wow, that's interesting. I myself has been, I've suffered a lot with ulcer and acid reflux.
Mm-hmm.
And it was many years ago when I went to the traditional medicine and they gave me like tons of medicine and they told me I would be on it for life. I gained weight, I was sluggish, I lost my energy. Can you imagine that? So, and I was like, no way I'm doing this. So I'm going to do something alternative approach. You are an expert in Ayurveda. Why do you think that particular field is good for gut health?
Yeah, well, so one of the unique things about Ayurvedic medicine is that we look to identify the root cause of any imbalance. And we understand that even just for something like acid reflux, there could be 3 different causes. So if you go to a regular doctor, they're going to say you have acid reflux. Here's their one medication that goes with that one imbalance in the body.
3 medications.
Yeah, or 3. In Ayurveda, we're like, okay, so we know that there could be actually deficiencies of hydrochloric acid that create symptoms of acid reflux. We know that there are different bacterial imbalances like SIBO that can create acid reflux. And we also know that there are abnormalities in the way that your gallbladders digest fats, and that can create acid reflux. So there's three different causes. I mean, there actually could be multiple causes, such as the mismanagement of stress and anxiety, or emotional trauma can also contribute to imbalances in the gut. So understanding the individual pathology will dictate the treatment, will influence which herbs are being used, and the entire treatment protocol.
Herbs is the key too. It's the method of treatment is not going to be any like chemical drugs, right? In Ayurvedic approach.
No, I mean, I don't think that we're definitely against everything. I mean, there's a saying that's in Ayurveda that's, go out and find something that cannot be used medicinally, which would be almost impossible to find that. So it's more about the cause and effect of things. I wouldn't say that, myself as an individual practitioner or Ayurveda collectively is against the use of pharmaceutical medications. But what makes our system unique is understanding that there's always a cause and effect to things. So that some medications have side effects is, yeah, of course they do. Some herbs do. And so if you don't know, like, if you don't understand the unique pathology or the unique cause of something, and you're using that same medication across the board, that's when you can see potential problems.
Wonderful. You have an incredible YouTube channel with tons of subscribers. Guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel because Monica gives really practical advice, right? Can you demonstrate like one exercise that we can take now and maybe help our gut health?
Sure. Okay, well, I can teach a practice. So this actually goes to one of the primary causes of acid reflux, can actually be postural. So it would have nothing to do with like what's going on inside. And something that's called hiatal hernia, or when there are trigger points, so when it's musculature and there's trigger points inside of the gut, that can create acid reflux too. So I'll teach you a practice that will help you to find out if you actually have these trigger points and how to release them. Okay, so the first thing, so actually I'll use you as a so the first thing that you want to do is actually to feel around. So your diaphragm is underneath your rib cage, and it plays a huge part in your breathing, basically. So when you inhale, the diaphragm expands, and when you exhale, the diaphragm contracts. And so poor breathing patterns, sedentary lifestyle, or even trigger points, so cramps or in the diaphragm, can contribute to acid reflux. So the first thing we're going to do is actually see if you have them. So you'll go underneath the rib cage, starting from the left side, underneath the rib cage, near to the sternum. And you'll press up, you'll press in towards the spine, and then slightly upward underneath the rib cage. Is that sore? Yeah, so that's like a sign, and you'll start closest to the sternum, which is that bone plate that's just between your ribs, and you'll work your way downward and outward towards the side body. And so, yeah.
Here I feel
Yeah.
lower no, right here. Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's actually a big sign that you have like contraction, muscular contraction, which is going to push your stomach up into your esophagus and give you symptoms of acid reflux. So you can actually release these trigger points.
Oh, yes, please, can we release them?
One is through massage, so just by, pressing into the points and just doing, a localized massage, it'll feel kind of like a bruise, and the more that you massage it, the more that you'll release that point. It probably doesn't hurt as much on the other side, if at all. No, yeah.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
That's fine, but that one, it really hurts, but it feels good when you do the massage.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so massaging, you can do it yourself.
Yourself, right. Yeah, and so if you want to do it yourself, one thing you can do is just take your fingers and hook them, and then just soften your belly, lean forward slightly, and you'll get way, way under there, and you can lean into it. So that's one way.
Oh, that's good. I've never done this before.
Doesn't that feel so good?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Probably all of the emotion is there too, right?
Totally.
Like that, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. And then should I show you a breathing technique?
Sure, because yes, breathing is foundation of everything. Can you explain first why breathing is important, and then give us the technique, please?
Yeah. So in the Ayurvedic system, which is the sister science of yoga, and it comes from India, the breath is the carrier of prana, or the life force, into the body. And you can use different breathing practices to direct prana, or the life force, in the body. And so, holding your breath, or I mean, now there's even science that backs all this stuff up through like hypoxia. When certain tissues in your body become deficient in oxygen, it contributes to disease production. Also, just in stress management, stress reduction, by controlling the breath, you control the speed at which your mind is thinking. So if you're in an anxious and anxiety-ridden state, you can just pause and just gain control of your breath, and it will help you to gain control of your mind. And then you can also use breathing practices to influence the way that certain, biophysical things are happening in your body. So we're going to interlace our fingers and bring your arms straight up above your head, and then visualize this center right here in your body, which is where your stomach is and everything. And you're going to inhale the breath and see this part of the belly, feel that expand there. So it doesn't work quite as well when your arms are down. You can feel a difference. When your arms are up, it helps you to really expand the diaphragm and push out, And then hold the breath. Release. Inhale, hold the breath. And this time you're going to reach the arms up straight and just arch back with your arms only, and it should help to accentuate the stretch here a bit. And if you really want to get into it, you can do some rotations, and all of that is helping to pull apart that area. And
feels good.
Yeah.
I need a lot of stretch here. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You are just incredible. You have so much knowledge, and I watch all of your videos. Can you please explain what else do you do? What are some exciting projects going on, or maybe programs at your center that our audience can connect with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have an 8-week program that we offer virtually all over the world that helps people, men and women, eliminate anxiety and develop stress management and gain life balance. And then here at our physical center, Hamsa Ayurveda and Yoga in Chicago, we create customized detox programs for people that have a wide variety of health issues, digestion issues, anxiety, or even if you're just going through a life transition like a divorce or mourning the death of somebody, we will create a space for you, and you'll come for maybe 3, 5, 7 days in a row and receive massage treatments, be put on a specific diet, receive herbs. If Panchakarma is advised, then you'll do Panchakarma. And we also have a single service menu here for people that just want to come and receive treatments. That's our customized Ayurvedic spa menu. And we're going to be launching some workshops and classes and things like that in the next year or so.
This is an incredible place, really. The energy here, where it's gorgeous. There's lots of great services here, practitioners here. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. It's just a very slight little glimpse of the knowledge of Monica, so please follow her, click on the link, follow her on all of the social media, and also visit their website. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're amazing, and you guys live ravenously.